A caltrop is an area denial weapon designed to stop the enemy. The caltrop is a sturdy, simple, yet effective weapon no matter its position. Its purpose was originally designed to stop elephant and donkey attacks. It graduated to stopping tanks. And now, the caltrop is your defense against propaganda, polished lies, and manufactured outrage. It's free from counterfeit credibility and synthetic truth. However, inside the walls of a caltrop, you're going to be forced to think. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, Mike Calderese is the caltrop.
Coming down the mountain from the heaven to the hell, the Mike Calderese, the caltrop, he never stops, so ring the bell. He bring the facts, he's been up every morning till we sleep. He get it deep, Mike Calderese, in your head and in your sheets. And we don't mind and we don't care, Mike Calderese is the caltrop. And we don't mind and we don't care, Mike Calderese is the caltrop. And we don't mind and we don't care, Mike Calderese is the caltrop.
Good evening and welcome to the Caltrop. I got to tell you something, guys. I am your defense mechanism. I'm your defense mechanism from, from being stuck without a voice. And I mean that. I really do mean that. Because I got to tell you something. One of the things I'm very proud of, when people told me when I first started this brick breakdown and when I started getting into local politics, I heard nobody cares about local politics. What are you going to accomplish? You can't accomplish anything. You can't do this. You can't do that. You can't whatever, blah, 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 blah. And then I go and talk about things and I see change. And then I go and talk about things and I see more change. And then I go and talk about a mikvah and I see a win. And I talk about trailers and I see them move. And I talk about the DPW. That's Department of Public Works. For those of you guys who don't know acronyms. And I see them get a raise. And I see potholes starting to get filled up. And then I get calls from random citizens, business owners saying, man, fucking, I don't know this. The inspectors, the town seems to be fucking with me. I send a couple text messages. All of a sudden, town stops fucking with them. I'm not making these things up. I'm just saying, when everyone told me that nothing could change, nothing could happen, you're not going to make a difference. What could one person do? I said that to my son today. I said, everyone told me that, what can you do? There's nothing you could do. You can't stop the machine. And his answer was unbelievable. It was very simple. It was this. Then the America experiment failed. I said, man, you're 100% accurate with that, right? Because if we can't stand up, if there is no hope against these machines, if there's no hope against the two political parties or certain groups that are getting everything because they're buying off the political parties, or there's no hope for you, the individual, to actually make real change in your community, then this experiment is 100% fucking over. And I got to tell you something, guys. I think this experiment is roaring. I think it's roaring because of people like yourselves, because of people like you who give me the opportunity to be your voice. And I say all that, and I'm going to get into the show tonight. And the show, listen, we have a lot to talk about. I mean, it's really, I didn't set up a lot. God's honest truth is, I went out, I worked at 100 degrees, and then a buddy of mine asked me if I wanted to go day drinking a little bit. Once we got the footings all dug out and everything, it was about 104 at that point. So it was a good time to go day drinking. And I didn't put together a big show, but I was thinking about it a lot. There's a lot to talk about. There is some Charlie Kirk stuff going on. There's new attacks. There's new everything. But the big thing that I want to do tonight is really talk to you about what's going on in where you live, wherever it is you live. I need you in the comments. I'm going to open up the phone lines, and let's see where this guy goes. But the Mike's Right is going to start off with one of my proudest achievements, and that was really this morning when I got attacked by politicians from both sides of the aisle. And I told you guys this from Jump Street. I'm not looking for friends. I'm not looking to be to be teammates with any of these people. I want both of these parties to be better. And I want both of these parties to be pissed off at me. And I want both of our shit garbage parties to stop looking out for only their self-interest, no matter if it's the party or the person, and start looking out for the self-interest of Americans. And I got to tell you something. You can bring him in. My son it was perfect timing. He just blew through the doors. And I want to let everybody know something. And come here, big boy. Oh, you want to see everybody? I want to let everybody know something, okay? This is why I do what I do. It's not for you. It's not for these politicians' little feelings. It's for my kids and my family, all right? And this little guy who busted in at the exact right time for my town in 15 years, what type of town is this kid going to be staring at? Right? Yeah? What kind of, tell him, what am I going to be looking at in 15 years from now? What kind of school am I going to be going to? Huh? Tell him. You got it? And this is why I do it. He loves it. He loves the limelight. Let me tell you about this one. He's just like me. He looks exactly like his mom, but he actually looks like his dad. Yeah, I love it. But you see everybody? Look, right in everybody, and tell everybody hi. Tell everybody hi. Pretty soon he's going to be talking. He's going to be on the mic. He's going to be sitting right next to me. All right, Bobby. I love you. Bye-bye. I love you. Say bye-bye. He is awesome. He just busted through the door. So you got to put him on every once in a while. He hasn't been on the show in a while. He loves running around in just a diaper, and then he rips his diaper off and runs around naked. He thinks it's hysterical. But everybody, that's the reason why I do what I do, right? When I see us having no money and I see services getting cut in my towns and I see the state going in the way it is, and I honestly, if we're being very honest with each other, I see the nation going in the direction it was in. I did a simple post. I made a simple comment last show about Lindsey Graham's death and how it was disgusting with people celebrating it. And it was, we see that on both sides. And I got to be honest, the amount of people, especially on the left, that were defending being happy that this man died was alarming. Guys, it's very alarming when our politics and our society has devalued human life to the point where we don't give a shit about you if you feel any way about a certain politician. Your life doesn't mean anything. Your family's life doesn't mean anything. Life in general and your existence and your well-being means nothing. And this usually comes from the people that are running around thinking that every tree's life is fucking essential. So I just got to, I got to remind everybody that. But tonight, let's get the show started because I have something to say to two particular politicians, one on the left, one on the right. And I have something very directly to say to every single one of you guys. What the hell's happened with my screen now? What the hell just happened? See this? There we go. Sometimes I'm going to have to unplug it and plug it back if it keeps happening. But we'll see what happens. But let's get the show started. The mic's right. Shut the fuck up. Listen. All right, everybody. Let me show you. I'm going to tell you what winning looks like. And I really figured it out today. Winning is when Democrats and Republicans are both pissed off at you before lunch. Before lunch. And that was it. That was my dream. I dreamed to have these people pissed off at me. And I got back-to-back text messages today, one from a Democrat, one from a Republican. If that's not bipartisan cooperation, I don't know what the fuck is. You'll start calling me Lindsey Graham soon. But let's start with Brick Mayor Lisa Crate. She texted me because I talked about the budget. I said the mayor's salary went up by $22,000. She says, you're playing with words. That's not true. It wasn't my raise. It was my office staff. Fair enough, Mayor. Mayor, you're right. I was wrong. It wasn't your paycheck. It was your office's. My mistake. So let me tell everybody, because I'm a man about it. I don't run away from my mistakes. Let me say it correctly. While the town is cutting services, cutting labor hours in other departments, and we're literally talking about getting rid of trash pickup, the mayor's office got another $22,000. That's the correction. Somehow, That's supposed to make me feel better. Oh no, Mike, don't worry. It wasn't me. It was everybody around me's money, I swear. Wow. That's a relief. Thank you. I feel way better with that. You hear me loud and clearly? The taxpayers can sleep tonight. And then came my favorite part. She said those employees got their rightful raises. Rightful raises. I love government language. Imagine trying that at your job. Hey, boss, I know sales are down. The economy's tough. We're laying people off. The company is losing money. But I would like my rightful raise, please. See how fast HR escorts you out of the building with fucking purple hair. The rest of us don't get rightful raises, Mayor. We get sorry, maybe next year. Or we're tightening our belts, no bonus this year. Thanks, play again. Government apparently has a different dictionary than everyone else. But here's mine. If you don't have money, you don't have raises. It's pretty simple. Now, if you're sitting on $40 million surplus like a neighboring town is, maybe we could have a different conversation. I'd still argue the taxpayers deserve the relief first, because if you have that much surplus, you're getting way too taxed. But at least the money exists. But this is what cracked me up was this. Nobody complained when I talked about the shrinking surplus. She didn't. She didn't complain about the reserve accounts getting drained. She didn't argue about our financial picture. No. It was none of that stuff that I got wrong. None of the big numbers. The emergency was making sure that everyone knew it technically was not her raise. Okay, her office got it. Congratulations. The taxpayer still pays. But please don't look at the $66 million we've used at a surplus since 2022. Then, because the universe has a sense of humor, 3 minutes after I commented on a Republican's post asking a simple question, my phone buzzes with this message. Keep attacking Republicans who are fighting just because they are not focused on the fights you demand they work on. Super smart. 3 minutes after I commented. I didn't even have time to refill my coffee. But I told them exactly what I've told everybody. Everybody. I will criticize anybody who isn't representing the people that they were elected to represent. I don't care what letter comes after your fucking name. RD, independent, Martian, one of them weird lizard motherfuckers living in the Middle Earth. I don't care. If you're making bad decisions, congratulations. You're on tonight's show. That's what this show is all about. And then me and that politician went back and forth, different opinions. He was mad that the infighting that I caused was a problem. And I told him this with one sentence. I said, if you're standing with the same political machine that helped create these problems, don't be shocked when I call your ass out too. Because I'm not here to join teams. I'm here to ask questions. And here's what made me laugh the hardest. Both of them basically hit me with the same insult. Oh, you're just doing this for attention. And clicks. And clicks. It's like, really? Well, if that's true, you two, stop giving me material. You created the clicks. I'm just reading the script you're writing or your budget. And look, do I get every detail right every single time? No, there's a lot to this bullshit. But when people point out that I got something wrong, I correct it. That's called learning. It's a lot healthier than pretending you're never wrong and continuing forward with the wrong path. But here's what today proved to me. When both political parties are annoyed with you on the same day, you're probably not carrying water for either one of them. And that's exactly where I want to be. I'm not trying to make politicians comfortable. I'm trying to make taxpayers pay attention. Because government shouldn't fear criticism from the other party or you citizens. It really should fear criticism from the people paying the bills. And today wasn't their win. Today was ours. It was yours. And they could fuck off. If you don't like it, I have a very simple solution to every one of the parties, every one of the politicians, everyone that wants to complain about how I talk and what I say and all this other crap. Be better. It's a simple solution. When you're better, you will shut me up. And that's the Mike's right. I hope you listened. Yeah, motherfucker. Listen, that's what you call coming in hot today. Coming in hot, man. This morning, bro. And listen, do I want to? All right, how about this? Ready? I will tell you. I'll tell you what politician it was. Who the first one in the chat? If I get, do you want to know what Republican politician I was talking to? Either put yes or no in the chat. The first 5 answers. I will do what you guys want me to do. Of course, I am a slave to you. I'm a slave for clicks. Didn't you realize that? I'm just a little bitch for clicks. Everything I do is for clicks. Do you know how much money I make off of this show? I'm talking fucking bank. I got paid $108 from Facebook last month. Yes. I do it all for clicks, motherfucker. All these hours I put in, they're just for clicks and attention. It's like, bitch, I love attention. What part of me has ever told you that I don't like attention? I am live 3 nights a week. 3. And then I do random cigar smoking lives in my back. I love this shit. Love it. Difference is you don't love your job. I love the job I don't get paid for. I love this. You don't. Because you never had someone like me up your ass. That's for damn sure. That's right. Okay, we got Shelly. She says yes. I need a couple more, man. The first one. Let's play best of 5. Best of 5. You want to know what fucking politician that was? Oh man. You know the problem is I like some of these guys too, man. It really is. I do like them. Like when you talk to these people like face to face, you know, person to person, they're like engaging. They're nice. I do like them. And then you get to like the gory details behind them, and you're like, oh my god. Why are you such a cuck to these people? You know, why don't you represent? And I start getting madder and madder and madder at them. And what are you going to do, man? What are you going to fucking do? So it's interesting too, because I got to tell you something. I have a lot of people in the chat, and one of the things that I love is this. When I do a video like that, right, I may not have every single detail right, because again, I told you, there's a lot to that big ass book. I don't know how to read it perfectly. I am a mason. I could read your plans for your house. I could build you the house. But when you have these numbers broken up and it's like, oh, well, we lumped this group together, but we didn't lump this group together. And this is completely separate, but this is there. And then we have this account and this account and this account. And then 3 accounts that you have no idea about that we just drained the fucking funding from. And that's kind of hidden from you in the budget because we're able to move a lot of fucking money and we have money for this and that, but we are very good in making all the numbers line the fuck up while hiding what we're actually doing until it's too late. And that's what we witnessed. That's what we witnessed with Brick. So that's what I did, right? So I made the video. And what I love about you guys is I will start getting messages. So we had one of our great listeners here. She's been a listener, honestly, from like Jump Street, right? So like really, really, really early on. And I want to go over some of the stuff with you guys really quick on what she sent me. And this is, do you want me to call you out for this? I'll say it like this. Teresa says, wake them up, Michael. Teresa, we're about to wake them up. Okay. So let me go through some of these things, right? And this is what she sends me. Says, when you have the cap, the tax levy cap, right? So hold on. Let's see her wait, is that a new one that you sent me? Yeah. Okay. Sorry. I got to the wrong one. She's been sending me stuff like nonstop. Right. And I love it because it's amazing. But listen to these numbers, Brick Township. The township has used $61.66 million in surplus reserves over the last 5 years. 2022, $9,950,000. 2023, $11,400,000. 2024, $10,900,000. 2025, $14 million. And 2026, $14 million. This is where I was kind of getting confused with the numbers. But if you look at that, that is from 2022 to 2023, it's a 15% increase. Then we had a slight decrease, but it was still at 10 million. Then we had a 33% increase, and then the increase didn't go up, but it was still already really, really, really high, right? So $66 million. Local property taxes, municipal portion, have risen $9.38 million since 2022. They have raised, since 2022, another $9.38 million from us, everybody. And somehow we are completely drained from a surplus that just in like 2022, 2023, from what I understand, the surplus is over $22 million. Overall municipal spending has increased $12.7 million. So think about this. This is the incompetence. And you want to bitch at me about it's not my salary, it's theirs, that's not mine. I know you are, but what am I? You want to fucking bitch at me over this? You ready for this? Overall municipal spending has increased $12.77 million. That's 11.4%. So we got in 11.6% and spent the whole damn bit, 11.4%. But guess what? Spending always outpaced what you take in, so that was $12 million instead of $9 million. And you want to bitch at me over getting one minor detail right? You didn't complain about $66 million of surplus, did you? No, I don't think you did. Overall municipal spending, again, salaries and wages alone increased by $3.66 million. That's up 8.3%. So again, guys, when I'm, do you hear these percentages? 11%, 10%. So if you do from 2022, right? That's 2022. Let's see, 2022, 2023, 2024. So that's 5. So that's 2% a year is right at 10%. They're above our 2% levy cap. Remember what I was telling you guys? This is going on in your town, everybody. I'm giving everybody that's watching this show. And by the way, finger the fuck out of my like button because you love it. You know you love it. I appreciate it. It makes me feel really good. But this is happening in your town. So I want you guys to, like, wherever you live, look at this stuff because it's really insane. And I thank God we have people like some of the people that watch this show because they are really, really big time helps for us. And Brick has been raising your taxes nearly the same rate. Spending has gone up, and we are still burning through reserves and cutting services. Surplus usage jumped sharply in 2025 and stayed high in an identical amount. So it was started high and been high. And listen, I have pages and pages and pages of this stuff on what our current trajectory is and what we need in the whole 9 yards. But I got to tell you something, guys. That was we're in a really bad fiscal situation. And when we're focused on something that's so minuscule, when I'm throwing, where did $19 million of surplus go in the last 2 years? Where did it go and how are we going to make it back? You're not answering me about that. Mayor Crate goes, let's see, ready? And I sent her. Here we go. And she answered me back. Hey, Mayor Crate, you are more than welcome to come on to the show. She just sent me a really, really, really long response about her budget. I know what your budget is. I am looking at it. But yeah, she sends me that I had someone reach out to me saying that you put out a video saying that I gave myself a raise. That's what she's upset about. Yeah, your budget is trash. It's been trash for the entire time. So we don't have any more. Justin says not because you like them. All right, we need one more vote. Do you want me to tell you what Republican politician in the area I spoke to? One more vote, yes or no. Next vote takes it. We have one vote no. We have one vote yes. And there we go. Jerry says, go get him, Mike. Thanks, Pops. I am going to get him. An actual general ledger would be nice to see. And Kathy says, you go, Mike. I love it. My parents, let me tell you something. I got the support of my parents, and that's all that fucking matters to me. All right. Yes. Steven says yes. So is Paul Canitra. That's really the God's honest truth, right? So is Paul Canitra. And I don't even think I need that. I'm not really playing anything anymore. He wasn't happy that he posted. All right, you know what? I love it. I love doing this shit because I don't fucking care. I'm so tired of these people. He posted how many illegals had driver's licenses in New Jersey. And it's like, okay, right? You posted this, And I love the work. I love the exposure. I love that you're exposing people. But you know, the fact is, he's kind of acting like a media personality like me. He's not acting like a representative, and I get it. This is what we have to be. This is what your politicians have come to. But it's funny because he does this. He makes this big thing. He knows none of this work is going fucking anywhere. What it's going to do, again, it's going to help him out for his next job. That's what it's going to do. And what he's focused on are the things that he knows are never going to pass. He told us sitting in his room, I could propose whatever bill I want and it's not going to pass. Well, he sent me 7 different bills today that he's proposing, all for this illegal immigration. He knows in New Jersey nothing's getting through. So, you know, I sat back and I told him again the same exact thing like I'm telling you guys. You're not taking on what Ocean County wants. You're taking on what the state wants. You're fighting for the state of New Jersey, not Ocean County. You're an Ocean County assemblyman. You're not a state rep. You're not a representative to D.C. for New Jersey. You are a representative of Ocean County, New Jersey. That's what you are. So, sorry, guys. But he called me up, and when he posted that, this is the innocent, like the innocent question I asked him. It was as simple as, all right, great. Now what's going to happen with this? Are you going to propose any bills? Is anything going to come of this? Because we all know that illegals have had driver's licenses for how many years? We all know that happened. So, is anything going to come out of all of this work that you just poured your heart and soul in? And I got to tell you guys, this was months and months and months of work that he's working on this illegal immigration thing. And deep down, he knows it's not going anywhere. So why are you doing it? You're only doing it for your next voter. You're only doing it to play the national political game, not the game that we need played right here in our county. And you're supposed to be representing us, and he's upset that I'm going after him. He's upset that, you know, I'm coming after him a little bit, and I'm going after the Republicans that are really fighting. He's the firebrand. Fucking fire. You are not fighting anything if you're a part of the same damn machine that has brought us all of the problems that we have been facing. You're not the solution. I really think he can be the solution. I have high hopes for that guy. I think he can lead the Republican Party in a very good direction. When he stops kowtowing to certain voter blocks, certain people, certain groups, and certain corrupt-ass figures like Steele Moore, George Gilmore, who's still under litigation. It's never ending, and somehow this guy just keeps the hold on it, and nobody wants to buck him, including Paul. So sorry, guys. When you're both fucking pissed off at me, I had a great day. This is what I hope everybody wants to do. I hope this is what you want. Because I want everyone pissed. I want you guys happy. I don't care about these other jerk-offs. I want you living in Ocean County saying, wow, man, you know what? We can actually sit here and see a future here. Not, holy fuck, I got to get the fuck out of here. That's what everybody feels like. That's what everybody feels like. So, yeah, man, we had a great day. If you ask me, I had a great day. You had a great day. Because when both of these guys are running, man, that's exactly what we need. Let's see. Let's get to some comments here. If you guys want, hey, listen. And this is the God's honest truth. Ready? This is what I'll do. This is what I'll do. Phone line is open. All right? Phone line is open. I encourage anybody. Mayor Crate, Paul Kanitra, anybody. I will get my earmuffs back on. Okay? Just for you. Paul Kanitra or Mayor Crate. Here's the number. The number is right here. Wait, hold on. How do you do that? There we go. Right there. It's always cut like backwards in my mind. It's right there. Go ahead and give it a call. Anybody wants to give it a call. Anybody wants to call in. You want to prove me wrong with anything. You want to have a conversation. You want to have a nice little discussion. You want to get anything off your chest. I encourage you guys, honestly, to do so. Let's get some comments. And listen, if you don't want to do it, figure the fuck out of my like button and comment. Comment wherever you're at. Whether you're on Whether you're on Rumble, whether you're on YouTube, whether you're on Facebook, you give the comments. Rumble and Facebook comments I can get up on the screen. Renee says they paid out a lawsuit in town hall that was brushed under the rug. Wonder how many more were covered up. And this is the point, Renee, right? So think about it. Nobody really knew that we were in such a bad financial situation with a $2 million surplus. Nobody really understands that. No one's talking to you. You have the mayor's minutes, she calls them. Every once in a while, she gets on and gives you some bullshit. If nobody goes to the Brick Council meeting, so these guys up there feel like they could do whatever the hell they want, and you're not going to know about it. And you know what the real problem is? Here's the truth about this is you don't have any real news agencies that are giving it to you. Where the fuck is the Brick Patch? Where's Jersey Shore Online to tell us about our budget and how bad it is? Where were any of these people? Oh, you know what's going to be real funny after I did this and it blows up? You're going to see them make posts about this, not credit me, and then put it on my Brick Breakdown page. Yes, these other places post shit to my page, and they don't even credit me for it. The Triangle Lot, there's a big story for them. I get no fucking credit for that, do I? No. And they all know what's up. They all know who did it. But I don't care. I love pointing it out how much of a disgrace everybody is. I have 3 sinkholes in my road, and I have called for the past year and a half, and not one person came to look at it. Fuck the township officials. Jeff, now you know why, though. How do you fix sinkholes? You know why? Because you know what the sinkholes are caused from, Jeff? The sinkholes are caused from the shit drainage you have under your roads. So a lot of our drainage pipes aren't even touching each other. How do I know this? Because I had sinkholes in my neighborhood, and I watched as these guys were using that power vac. You know, the DPW guys that don't make any money? They're using equipment that have killed people. This fucking water, this jet vac has killed somebody before. Were they using it wrong? Sure. Still a dangerous piece of equipment, right? They get this all sucked out, and you can see the bottom of the pipes. And what do? They Band-Aid it, and they send it along. Fill it back up. Hope it doesn't happen again. That's really what it comes down to. So what they know that if they get into that sinkhole, it's going to cost a lot of money. And then what else happens, Jeff? What you don't realize is we have lost a lot of people on our road department. So now our road department has a lot of roads. You hear the mayor saying it. She's real quick to bitch about, oh no, or to make an excuse saying, oh, with the snow, there's so many roads. There's so many roads. You got to remember how many roads we have in Brick. It's hard to plow all these roads. Well, when you take away half of your road department, and it's a fraction of what it was, and now you have all these guys doing everything to these roads. They're fixing drainage ditch. They're doing potholes. They're fixing all of the sinkhole issues. And I'm telling you, it's going on everywhere. This is why we have to have a better plan forward, because we are going to have to spend a lot of money on infrastructure. A lot of money, especially if these assholes keep building the way they're building. We don't have the infrastructure, the drainage to handle it right now, to handle the amount of people. We don't have the roads. We don't have the infrastructure right now. And you can say that all across Ocean County. And that's going to keep on happening, guys. Teresa, these number micro reports are accurate. The analysis stems from adopted budgets on Brick's own municipal websites. Search budgets and see for yourself. See for yourself. You will see. The papers are directly under my seat. You are going to see the exact same things that I saw. You're going to see all these numbers that are absolutely ridiculous. Brick needs Doge. We need a better version of Doge, if we're being honest. I think, what the thing is? I think Doge could work on local governments. I do think, again, there's so much game playing with these jobs and with who gets a raise versus who doesn't get a raise. And when you look at the favoritism, the government is one giant fucking clique. And if you're not in the clique, you're never going to get any of the funding. You're just not. And if you're not one of the ass kissers, and you're not one of the team players, and if God forbid you raise your voice or you give a different opinion about a job that you know how to do, and you're mouthing off to people that say my book is telling me that you're doing your job wrong. When you do that in government, you're not going to get along in government very long, because they don't want people like you. They want They want people that they know are just going to yes them and they can hold their jobs over their heads. And then they're going to pay them a lot of money. And it's going to all come out of your taxpayer dollars. Listen, I got to tell you something. I was told some stuff about accounts. I can't wait for this council meeting next Tuesday. I can't wait. I cannot wait. Because you get, as what do you say? What was that? Lucy? It was like, you got so splaining to do. I can't fucking wait, Mayor. And you know what? I'm not going to let Joanne bail you out this time. Mayor Crate, you better be ready to answer questions about your own budget. Start studying right now. Start studying. Get the budget out and go, oh, shit. Get your red pen out and mark it up like a teacher. I love it. I love this. Levin says, what do you think about the flock cameras? What do I think about flock cameras? To me, it's unbelievably unconstitutional. You know, the problem is not the camera themselves; it's the human beings behind it. You know, anytime you put human beings in the position where they can abuse something, they could use it incorrectly, they could, do it for their own benefit, for nefarious purposes. Especially when we're the product, okay? Because what a lot of people don't realize, like when you're on social media and shit, you willingly give your rights up to say you're the product. And we are selling this shit out of you. We're going to get all your data. You willingly give them the data. You willingly say, here, take all my data. Track exactly what I'm doing. You say that to them. The flock cameras are different because I'm just driving past you. And now you're getting a profile on my vehicle. And now being that you and AI are creating a big profile on my vehicle that can be pulled up by any agency at any time. And here's the fuck part about this. You ready for this? In New Jersey, especially, New Jersey, guys, do you understand that if you had a federal crime, U.S. Marshals were looking for you, whatever, the flock cameras will take your license plate. They will cross-reference it with the federal government. They will alert the federal government that you were seen in your car here so the government knows exactly where the hell you're at so they can get you. The federal government will come and get you based on that flock camera. In New Jersey, they have a bill to where if you're an illegal citizen driving, that their flock cameras will not flag your license plate and send that to ICE or anybody else. Now, whatever you guys want to feel about this, if you're a leftist or righty watching my page, this isn't about left or right, and this isn't about ICE going to get people. This isn't about any of that shit. Why is it that you as an American citizen will get flagged by the federal government, but a legal alien here who is driving on our seats, who probably has a removal order, which is a federal order, who broke federal law, our laws protect them, and they don't protect you. And, you know, if whatever everybody wants to say, you want to say I'm anti this or anti that or racist or whatever the hell it is, the only thing I fight for is equality. And I thought that's what America was originally supposed to stand for. That's what I thought it meant. Equality by law. Nobody had special privilege. Nobody got the double standard of law. Everybody was treated the exact same way. That's the way it's sold to us. So if that's the way it's sold to us, that's the way I want to present it. I don't know. Kyra, love Kyra. She says, I do like Paul. The immigration thing, I think, is a distraction. I'd rather focus on stopping windmills and overdevelopment. Yeah, so Kyra was on top of this when the whales and the dolphins, when they were doing all that sonar off the Jersey Shore. We live on the Jersey Shore, everybody. I'm telling you, I have never seen whales and dolphins wash up like what's happening then. Wow. I almost sneezed and drank water at the exact same time. And Kyra was on top of it. Every time it was reported, and it was almost like every day it was happening. It was really something that was crazy. You're right. Kyra, this is what I'm talking about, right? Because when I was sitting in his office, he couldn't tell me what the top 3 issues in our county were. Nobody at that table could. They were all wrong. And when I presented it to him, you didn't see them acting on what I presented to them. And it was 1,200 comments at this point. Okay, so when you are tone deaf, you're only thinking about yourself. And you're right, I do like him. I like him. I like who he is. But when you're fighting for something that was 15th on the list of what do we give a shit about? Illegal immigration is not on the top of the mind of people in Ocean County. It may be when you turn on whatever bullshit news you're watching, but here in this town, it's not the biggest issue. It's not even close. And he spent months. I mean, and this isn't just him, right? He's got a whole team of people. This was a lot of money. Again, tax dollar after tax dollar. This is another thing that pisses me off. You have him working on it. You have his people. He has researchers. He has a chief of staff. He had another fucking girl recording. When we met, it was him and like 4 other people. And his entire team, hundreds of thousands of dollars a year are working on something that's not going to represent your interest. The people we elected and that team that our local tax dollars are paying to take care of are not representing you. They're off on their own little personal missions. I don't care how much I like somebody. I don't give a shit how personal you are. I can love your family. I can love everything about you, your parents. I could be drinking with you the night before. If you're fucking up, you're fucking up. Sorry, I'm like ranting today. I'm like just going off on a rant. You know, I appreciate it though. I appreciate you guys being here. I had a lot I wanted to talk about, and I don't know if I'm going to get to a lot. But let's see. Lynn says Ocean County has already bought and paid for, so now every day they're shuffling. Every day we're shuffling. It's this is Lynn. That's honestly what I'm trying to change, because I do still believe that we hold a lot of the cards. I believe if we ever get engaged and we ever get active, and we are finally exposed to what is happening. Again, like. You see this all over. So take a place like Toms River, New Jersey. Toms River, New Jersey, you hear Mayor Roddick is this piece of shit. He's a piece of shit every day. Every day I hear he's a piece of garbage. Well, I should have loaded this and I didn't, okay? Let me show you this. Remember, this is what I showed you guys with Brick, New Jersey. Where was it? Right here? Okay, remember this? With Brick, New Jersey, let me get this comment off here. Hide the current comment. All right. So Brick, New Jersey, this is what I showed you. 19 budget, and we have 2 that is left there, right? 2. So when you actually go into Toms Rivers, I want to give you just a contrast to this, because it is absolutely incredible, right? Because I got sent to this. While all of you guys are bitching about Roderick, your surplus balance of December 31st, that was this year, was $64 million. Your surplus balance remaining after using $17 million of it this year was $47,081,000. So $47 million Toms River has in their surplus, just to kind of put a stamp on how bad Brick's financial situation is. A guy, if you're watching this from Jackson, your Jackson government just shut a meeting down because they were afraid they were going to have too many people, and they used a bullshit excuse. They tried calling up the fire chief and saying, "Hey, fire chief, you got to shut this down. We're going to have too many people commenting today," because they removed the podium. They're trying to do everything possible to shut people up, even in calling the cops. And we spoke about this on the last show. So what happened last Tuesday, yesterday? Mordecai Bernstein, he in a series of just absolute blunders, he shuts down the meeting before there was a fire hazard problem, just because he thought there may be. And then he got in touch, and then suddenly the doors are a problem. So the doors aren't fire code rating. Keep in mind, these are the same exact doors that these people have been walking in and out for years. I bet the fire chief himself has walked in there to give a damn presentation through these doors. But now all of a sudden the doors, they just can't possibly open up, and they can't open up wide enough. And it's a fire risk, everybody. We had to shut the meeting down. We had to shut your voice down because it's a fire risk it really is about safety. We needed the cops at the last meeting because of our safety, but now we need these new proper doors for your safety. That's what they did. And then 2 days later, Mordecai Bernstein deletes his Facebook account. He did that today. Deletes his Facebook account. Jackson, New Jersey, that's your government. That's your people. Does it sound like my people? Kind of does, doesn't it? It does. It really does. Oh, no, I got to tell you something. We haven't turned Brick Council meetings into a circus yet, so. Kyra says yes. Everybody's saying yes. Justin Delaney is laughing his ass off. I Fucking love it. Let's see. Ralph Andrews says, you need to go through line item to understand why the cost rose. Example, state health benefit plan costs, specific salaries by department need to be separate. Last fiscal versus this fiscal prior period, they lump sum things is not transparent. No, you're right? So when I looked at the because I really thought the mayor of Brick made like 57 grand, something like that, 50 something thousand, which I think honestly is really way too low for a mayor, especially in our town. This is you're mayor of this town. There's a lot of issues. I think that's a full-time job. You should be paid as a full-time employee. I don't think you need everybody else if you're actually working. But that's not happening. They're not working. They're answering emails and cutting ribbons, right? And attending a couple council meetings while the lawyers and everybody else does the work. But that's the problem, because her salary and apparently two other women's salaries are mixed into that. And it's like, well, that's your fucking line item. Why don't you spell it out? Mayor salary, this, you had that would make way more sense. So it's actually understandable. But the truth of the matter was, I was looking at this and I was wrong with kind of how I was looking at it, what I thought things meant. And that's why I'm glad I got that education the other day. Because listen, guys, the fact that I do this, I want you to know, like, I'm going to present something to you. And if I have something to adjust, I'm going to adjust it. I'm not afraid of this. I'm not afraid of being wrong. I'm wrong all the damn time. You know how many cuts I fucked up in my life, in my work? Plenty. I mess up every single day. The only way I've ever gotten to contracting as good as I've ever done, as good as I am right now, it's come because I fucked a cut up, lost money, and didn't want to lose money again. So I learned how to do it properly. This is what these people do not understand. They lose money, and then they make excuses for all the lost money. And then you become the asshole for getting two words wrong. But the problem is they have never learned what they did wrong in the exact first place. They are blaming you, and they're pointing at everybody else. Pretty soon, Crate's going to be blaming Ducey. Or so you're blaming Madeline. Oh, you made me lose focus. I don't know. Fucking, I'm going crazy. Lynn says, two sides of the same coin. You're not bullshitting. What's the new sport complex? Tax exempt for 30 years. And Renee, the new sports complex is something called a pilot agreement. All right. So the pilot agreement is this. It's called payment in lieu of taxes. Okay. So payment in lieu of taxes means the town gets a lump sum and then they don't have to pay taxes for like 30 years. And it's not really the town. It's very weird because the town gets a little bit of money. The state gets a little bit of money. We don't get a lot of the business revenue to our town that we think. It all goes to the state. Then the state kind of doles it back out to everybody, and they dole it out with whatever garbage formulas that they have. They still haven't told us the school funding formula, but that's really what happens. So what happened is they got a prime piece of land right there, if you ask me, that was sitting vacant. Now, we did fill a vacant role, but they got a sweetheart deal where they are going to be able to pay a lump sum and then not pay taxes for, the duration. So who knows how much money that's going to generate. If you talk to some of these politicians, they love it. You know why? Because when they're in office, it's going to be immediate money into them now, right now. That's all any politician cares about. Give me money now. I don't care about 5 years from now. I don't care about 10 years from now. I need money right now. And they love it. They absolutely love it. That's what they want. And when they get money now, 10 years down the road, 15 years down the road, we have that business that's operating that is not contributing back to everybody. Now, we can't do that. We buy our houses, we pay, and we are forced to pay taxes. I don't know why we give these sweetheart deals. I get it that there's different states, different towns. Different towns are competing for different things, and we want business I guess, we want business coming in here because it's good for everybody. It really is. So I'm just at a point where, I get tired of certain groups of people getting carve-outs for other certain things. I think, we have to be able to have everybody live under the same standard. And I'm not saying standard like I want Delaware to be able to do their thing. I want everybody to be able to do their thing. I don't want this communist type fucking horseshit. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is laws have to be applied to everybody evenly. If the regular taxpayer is getting taxed at this and the regular business and these other businesses all surround that, they get these type of taxes, that place should be getting the same type of taxes. They should not be getting a deal because they have a certain desirable business. I think that's just terrible. And I think that's what you're seeing with these data centers and the whole 9 yards. Jersey Shore Scanner News. I like Jersey Shore Scanner News. Love you, man. Boge. Is that what it is? Boge? Brick Doge? I like what it is. Like, do we need some Boge here? The fucking how would that even break down? What did Doge mean? Department of so it'd be Brick of Government Efficiency. Brick. So it'd be Badoge. I think you have to call it Badoge. Brick Doge. I'll take Badoge. Justin says we don't have it, but we're still paying for it. Yeah, man, we're still paying for it, and that's what's going on. I'm going to tilt down here. Let's get to a different. A new name here. I love it. Denise, did anyone see the chief reply to a concerned citizen about driving laws being broken? He said something like, "Drive kindly. It's safer to let them go." What the fuck kind of answer is that? Oh man, I didn't see that. I didn't see that. Listen, I don't want to see. I don't like in my world. I don't like fines, right? I don't like monetary punishment. Monetary punishment puts people in a very bad position. Have you guys ever seen the one video? One guy who was just, it seemed really down in his luck. He obviously made a lot of bad choices in his life, and I think his car broke down, and the trooper was going to tow it off the road, and the guy's sitting there like begging him. He's like, "Don't tow it, man. Let me just push it off the road. He's like, "Please, like, do not do this. You're killing me. I don't have the money. I don't have the money." And in times like this, I don't know how we give people where it's only a monetary punishment. It's either you go to jail or we have monetary punishments. We don't have people cleaning up the streets like we used to anymore. You don't have a whole hell of a lot of community service. There's a lot of old people that could really benefit, I think, off of some services that some of these people that do wrong traffic infringements, instead of paying $900, give them an option. You have $900, or you can mow these 5 lawns this day, and this day. You know what I'm talking about? I think we should be looking into that type of stuff. Nothing will make people act right like manual labor. Nothing. And I think when we put people in financial holes like that, to try to be able to climb out of that financial hole, I don't think a lot of people have the wherewithal to be able to do it. So we're essentially doing is keeping people low. Now, I want people punished, though, right? I want your punishment harsh and stiff. You do something stupid, you are hit really hard, and it's a lot of labor or it's a lot of something. But, when it comes to fines, it just seems like everybody that's in fines, they can't get out of their own thing, and then they get depressed, and they fall back into the same circle, and then all of a sudden we're creating a whole circle of people that are just in and out of the system over and over and over and over again. I don't understand how that really benefits anybody, if we're being honest with each other. I worked for 2 different TW townships and snowplowed curb to curb before we were allowed to come back to the yard. Brick snow plowing, I had to do most of my own street with a snowblower. Absolute joke for the property tax I pay. Again, man, you know why? It's because we have no money, and that's the God's honest truth. We had no money this winter. Kyra says, because that's what the national party wants, and that's what they focus on. Damn right. Lynn, tax dollar feeding the narratives, not making any moves. You guys have got it, man. To me, Teresa says, rant, you're making sense. Don't stop. I can't stop, won't stop, Teresa. I'm not even trying to stop. But back to what you said, like the tax dollar feeding the narratives, that's all it is, man. We are paying for these people to lie right to our faces. We're paying for them to do their own thing. We're paying for their own self-advancement in their own industry, right? Every one of these people, they're just managers. They want to be the next manager. They want to be VP. That's how these guys are all. This is how it all is all working out, man. Yankee 68 says that's why it was not meant to be a career. We need term limits. 100% we need term limits. 100% we need term limits. Let's see. New name. I love this. Right. Let's check this out. Kimberly. Kimberly, I've seen you on a lot of my posts. I really appreciate it. Just thank you for your voice and your support. We seriously need more of you to help expose all in hopes of saving our town and communities from these parasites taking over my hometown where I grew up. And after living in Toms River for 48 years, to see what I've been seeing and witnessing is horrendous and disgusting. More power to you, Mike. Listen, Kimberly, I really appreciate you here. It's funny because everyone's gonna say, "Oh my God, she said parasites." Well, if it's an accurate description, it's an accurate description. What do you say to groups of people that absolutely suck off of the lifeblood of our tax dollars? That's the definition of a parasite. You can't be upset about certain words. Listen, you say you need more people like me. I think we need more people like you. I think we need more unafraid people. And I do think that, like, me and you, like, God's honest truth, Kimberly, like, what you have done, you've shared my posts, you've commented on my things. You are helping this whole thing grow. And, listen, you guys know who I am. I am trying to make money doing this. My knees are shot. I got to get away from doing so much masonry. I think I could do a lot of good if I'm able to put more time for it. I would really be able to go through these budgets in way more detail, go to these court hearings. I want to actually represent you guys, not like any of these people. And I'm representing you, and I'm not getting paid for it, but we really need more people like you. Because guys, like, think about this. In Brick, you get 10,000 people strong who are all pulling in the same direction, you're going to have power in this town. You're gonna. In Ocean County, you get 20,000 people in Ocean County pulling in the exact same direction, you're going to get movement. Now imagine at 50,000. Now imagine 100,000. We have the numbers. The majority of us think the exact same way. I think we need more of you, and I love it. Another new name, I like it. Frankie says, as soon as everyone realized there are two judicial systems under the system now, which is the maritime law, we are going back to in the Constitution, all law once Trump flips the financial system reserve. All right, let's see what happens, man. That's a bold prediction. I love it. Pilot, she says, are municipal, not state, developers receive this payment of the deal. 95% goes to municipal, 5% goes to the county. This bypasses school funding and taxpayer relief and taxes. All right, thank you for clarifying that. See, this is why I rely on you guys, man, because I don't. You guys are my fact checkers. And Teresa's one of the best ones out there. So they are municipal, not state. So what are they, land agreements? I got to look into this. I'm gonna have Mrs. Teacher New Jersey to come on and talk about the pilot agreements, because we really got to figure that out. Renee Christine says, Crate with St. Dominic's ringing bells for the 250s. Love the camera. Also, her Crate has a booth at Windward Beach selling Wonder, and where she gave herself $22,000 raise. I don't know. Listen, let me tell you something. I got stuff. I don't even want to say this. I don't even want to give this away. You're going to hear about it next Wednesday. Let's just put it that way. You're going to hear about it next Wednesday. I heard about a lot of different things that we're going to be talking about, guys. And I really wish I could say it. Really wish I could say it, but I really can't. Michael says, where did the surplus go and how much should be there from all the years of surpluses? Again, ready, Michael? Here, I'll show it to you again, Michael. Here's the surplus numbers. In 2024, we had $22 million. At the bottom of that year, December 31st. So January 1st, $22,431,000. December 31st of that year, $22,299,000. Then you go up to beginning balance of January 2025, $22,299,000. Then after that, it's $19,072. You see that? You see that? Then what happens? Then you go to here this year. Surplus balance on December 31st. There's your $19 million number, right? Surplus anticipated in the budget. So that means what they're using in that budget. What they're using in that budget, $16 million. What's remaining? Surplus remaining. Let me show it to you, Michael, so you can see the entire thing. Surplus balance remaining is only $2.9 million. Where did it go? And I have more questions for them. Like, where did other money go? Because it's not just the surplus money that's missing, guys. There's these little funds that they're pulling from. And this is supposed to fund this, but it's not. So it's funding that. And we have a little bit left over here. So we're taking this and we're using it. So we are scrounging like every cent from every account that we had, savings account, and we are blowing right through it. And that's just the God's honest truth, Michael. That is what's happening. So where did the surplus go? Here's the truth, Michael. If you live in Brick, I'd love it if you come and you ask the mayor this to her face and then have the surpluses in front of you. Because these are the numbers they're giving us. This is not my made-up numbers. This is their numbers that they're giving you. Mariah says, I like when budgets have lines that say other, and the other seems expensive. You're not kidding. Steven, right? Another new name, Rosenwig, says, the towns lost federal, oh my God, holy shit, bro. The towns lost federal money for storm relief. Do Mikey Sherrill, New Jersey, be a sanctuary state? Bro, I'm gonna have to kindly ask you to proofread. I can't. I don't read Sanskrit. man. I don't read some fucking Sanskrit. Kimberly says, my pleasure, and I'm not afraid. You are not afraid. And I appreciate it. Andrea, Andrea Fiera, nice. I love it. Moved to the town that was mismanaged. Hate to hear it. Sounds like the same thing happening here. Yeah, it's crazy. Keep the pressure going on, Mike. I am not going anywhere, everybody. And last two, Teresa says, have info on pilots too. Interesting data. Send it to me, Teresa. I would love it. I guess I didn't think that the state got the business. I thought the state got a lot of the business money in the way of taxes. I want to know how that's not working, because I guess I guess the state still gets the taxes on the overall business. Yeah, interesting. Interesting. So it's just a property tax thing. So it's a pilot agreement where it's a property. Okay, thank you. Yeah, send it to me. I really appreciate it. And Kyra says it's everywhere. And Eric Jankowski's laughing his ass off. Hey, everybody, if you really love it, finger blast my like button. Just start hammering it right now. If you're watching on your phone, hammer the hell out of the hearts and fucking run my hearts up. And we're going to have a really good time. I got, do we want to do anything else? Holy shit, man. How do I talk about all this stuff for so long? I really didn't want to spend that much time on this, but what are you going to do? We did it, right? We did it. Listen, the Charlie Kirk stuff still going on. One thing I said really quick about the Charlie Kirk stuff, it's interesting listening to both sides, right? You have the people that really believe that this guy did it and the people that are really stuck in the, it's a conspiracy thing. I don't know if this pre-trial hearing is helping that at all, because I do think the narrative of the story is very hard to really believe. And there's a lot of evidence, but it's not a lot of strong evidence, but there's a lot of it, right? I mean, some are stronger than others, but so we're going to keep watching it. I know there's, listen, the doubt, if you ask me, there's a lot of doubt in who actually did this, right? Because apparently his trans boyfriend, his fingerprints were on everything too, and it was his accounts, and there's a lot of things that are tying that guy. And then he came in and he admitted to all of it and downplayed that he's a trans, and honestly, all very, very, very weird. So we're going to stay on top of that. We're going to talk about it when it actually matters, and we get to it. And I had a couple comments coming in. You guys know how I want to read all your comments. So let me see if these are ready. John Goldstein's, let's go. Sorry, I can hear the show, but thanks, buddy, for coming out today. We were out there drinking. You're drinking, bro. We ran into some country singer. He was all happy to see him. I had no idea who this guy was. I don't watch this. And the Patsy charge. Okay. And where to get going. All right, guys, listen, I really appreciate you being with me. I really do. And sadly, I had nobody call this phone. I got this phone specifically for people that wanted to call in, and I gave the mayor a shot. I gave our someone a shot. They're more than welcome to come on the show, sit right next to me in that chair, or get on this box next to me. They're more than welcome to do it with me. And for some reason, they just they don't want to do it. But hey, guys, I really appreciate every one of you that's been with me, right? And I urge you, man. I tell everybody, be a caltrop in your own mind. Be a caltrop. A caltrop is a defense mechanism. And the only way that this is going to stop, and everyone asks me, what can I do? Mike, what can I do to help you? The thing you could do to help me is get involved any way, shape, or form. Any way you can get involved. And there's it's as simple as fingering my like button or sharing some of this stuff. If you see somebody that's doing good in your town, help them, boost them up, do what Teresa does, and help do the research and make sure it's right, and make sure, what I'm presenting to you guys is on target. And when you hear me say something wrong, it's, hey, Mike, clarify this and get this right. Because the truth is, when I mess something up, that's getting me better. I want to be wrong. I want you guys to prove me wrong. But it starts there. Help the people out that you believe in. Really help them out. If you could do more and go to meetings, do more and go to meetings. Everyone says, oh, all you do is bitch and complain on Facebook. Do that too. Talk to everybody. Let everybody know what's going on in your towns. You're not talking politics. This is life. Here's the problem. When politics becomes your milk, your bread, your eggs, your steak, your gas, politics is your life. There's the time to say, oh, I don't talk about politics, then you're not going to talk to me about anything anymore, because politics dictates everything we're doing. And if we want to get back to regular life when politics isn't dictating everything we're doing, then the only way we do that is when we put the people in check and we hold them accountable. Really do it in a meaningful way, not in the superficial ways. by getting involved. And I'm telling you, I am proof. 2 separate people called me up today bitching at me because they weren't happy about what I said. Get somebody like that in your life. Go to town hall. Make sure they know your name. Make sure that they know when you complain, you're going to make some noise. And I'm going to tell you something. It's going to be amazing to you how fast these politicians jump. And the best part about it is I haven't even said how high. I'm about to, though. I'm running for mayor soon. So wait. Let's see how we go. And I can't even jump that high anymore. My knees are shot. But thank you guys. Really appreciate you. Really appreciate you for being here. Always. I love every single one of you guys when you finger my like button, you share this. And, I guess all I could say from here is I will be back Friday night. I encourage everybody, whether you agree with me or not, anybody that's running for office, anybody that's currently in office, anybody that thinks I got anything wrong, this show is going to be open for us to have a great discussion, and I encourage any of you guys to do it. Really appreciate everybody. This Couch Drop is out. See you Friday.